Welcome back everybody. Today I'm pretty excited because it's a lovely day here in Henley on Thames and I'm here to visit Henley Skatepark. Now for once this skate park is really easy to find. The sat-nav brought me straight here and there's loads of parking out on the other side of the field. It's a pretty pleasant walk across the field and you can see the entire skate park laid out in front of you. Now I've been to this skate park once before when I was a proper beginner. This skate park is built by Mavericks Skatepark, who are the same builders that built Duck Lane Skatepark where I was learning. And this skate park shares quite a few of the features that Duck Lane shares, so I thought I'd give it a spin. Now I do remember this skate park being a bit of a handful for a proper beginner, and I'm interested to come back and try a few things that I failed at the last time I was here. Without further ado, let's take a look around. In terms of layout, there's a really exciting looking bowl arrangement. This is fairly complex. There's a really intimidating looking nipple to roll over. Last time I was here, the main crux of my efforts was to try and get a little backside scratch grind in that deep pocket. So I'll be interested to see what I can get going in this bowl this time out. I also remember struggling with the roll-in and I didn't quite make the roll-in over that no coping bit. So I'm going to be looking forward to revisiting that. And then coming out of there a sort of snake run, which leads into street obstacles that are placed around the outside of the bowl. Over this side we've got two hubbers and a few stairs to throw yourself down. There's some quarter pipes to turn round on and that leads into more street obstacles which go round and eventually lead into the snake run. I've got limited time this morning, so I'm going to centre my efforts on the bowl. First of all, I'm going to see if I can get that rolling going. Then I'm going to see if I can get that backside scratcher grind like last time, and then build on it from there. Okay, made it into that roll-in and going over that pump nipple is pretty exciting. I know it won't show up in the video, but it's pretty steep both sides and it's also quite tall. So I found the key was to try and bend my knees as much as possible to accept that pump nipple. And I found that taking it into the deep end was even more exciting, but it did give me exactly the right speed to get my backside double truck grind in the deep end. To one up what I did last time, I managed to also get the fakie backside grind. That was pretty exciting. Next up, I'm going to go for some frontside grinds. Okay, those frontside grinds are pretty fun. The deep bowl is small enough to be manageable, but still big enough to get the adrenaline pumping. I found for the line in, I didn't need to go over the pump nipple. I could just come in from the side over the hip, and that gave me a better line to get that frontside double trucker. There isn't a dedicated mini ramp here at Henley, but I reckon going back and forth in one of these pockets should be a fun substitute. Next up, I'm keen to chance my arm trying to get a 50-50 across this ledge. Now, I've always wanted to try to get a 50-50 on one of these clamshells. I've seen a fair few dotted about, but this one's a particularly long one, so it should provide a fun challenge. I anticipate that speed is going to be my friend, so I'm going to go nice and fast. I also anticipate that I'm going to be a little bit fearful of getting mixed up in that ledge, so that'll lead me not to commit and lean in enough to the grind. And the last thing I anticipate is that my front wheel is going to come unhooked off of that coping because I'm not guiding it round with that front shoulder. Okay, I managed to make a few. That was a lot of fun. It was a little bit trickier than I thought. I had a couple of thrills and spills and a few false starts, but eventually I started to lock in. I found that going fast and keeping my knees bent at the start really helped. And when I got on that coping, it felt smoothest to have both toe side wheels up against the coping for the whole grind. And the way I kept that back wheel locked in was to just keep my front shoulder guiding the board around that curve. I did like how secure the crosslock felt, but I found that coming off was a little bit tricky. The board was on a wonk and then it would connect with the concrete and then sort of slide back into its line. Next up, I'm going to see if I can find a line through that snake run. Well, that's it for my visit to Henley Skatepark. Whew, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed revisiting those little things I couldn't do last time. Quite satisfying to see how far I've come, and also quite humbling to look back and think about how hard I found that roll in, that backside scratcher grind back in the day. Overall, this skate park's a lot of fun. There's plenty of variety here, and if you're in the area, I'd recommend giving it a go. Henley on Thames is a pretty pleasant place to visit. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe. I make new videos every week. You can also follow me on Instagram @JohnBishopSkate. As ever, my name's been John Bishop, and I'm a middle-aged guy learning how to skate.